Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. In today's video we are going to not you guys, I am going to be drawing the borders of Africa by memory. This is also going to be my Wixo Awards Season 2 application, even though that's like in over a month from now, but still. So there are 54 countries in Africa. 5 of which I think are island nations. So I will have to draw 49 countries. Good for me. So, unfortunately for you guys, you will not see me suffer by drawing the entire continent of Africa itself. I will simply be drawing the borders, because that is easier for me, and I am lazy. So let's start with Morocco. Their borders are somewhere along. Okay, I just gotta. So, Morocco is somewhere over here. I am going to group that like as part of Western Sahara because it makes sense to me, and I'm not too bothered to draw Western Sahara, so yeah. Then let's also draw Tunisia, which has that straight line border. Well, actually no, I don't think it has a straight line border like that one, but I'm drawing it anyway. Algeria is pretty big. I can't help but feel like that this is already kind of weird. But let's move on anyway by drawing in Libya. Now, last I checked, Libya was bigger than this, but they are going to be confined to being this size. And so will Egypt, having to look like this. Kind of, Egypt doesn't look as bad as the other countries, but trust me, like more south we go in Africa, the worse it's going to be. So I have not studied on. So unfortunately for me, I have not studied on my African borders. So I have no idea how this area works. So I'm just going to assume that I'm just going to draw Mauritania from memory. And I know that's like terrible and embarrassing, but that's, fine. Then we're going to draw Senegal, which is somewhere along the lines of this area. And then Gambia is going to be over here, kind of acting like the mouth of Senegal. Then we have Guinea-Bissau, which is over here. And then we have Liberia over here, which is kind of long. And then Sierra Leone, which I know pretty well because they kind of look like a circle. And then Guinea, for some reason, kind of like is around the two. Jeez, I suck at this. But Guinea is around the two areas. That looks horrifying, but okay. Next we have Mali, which is going to. Let me just fix that. Next we have Mali, which is going to be kind of like this. It doesn't look like as bad as I thought. Like, you can probably tell that this is Mali, but then again, you might not be able to. And then we also have Niger. So Niger is going to be like this. Apparently it looks like a chicken wing, so there. And now we have this gap of land, and I don't know what to do with it, so we are going to draw Chad in, because they're an absolute Giga Chad, and just kind of sink this area into the ocean. It's not like anyone cared about it, so it's fine. And if there's someone who lives in this part of the Sahara, I'm sorry. Kind of, not really. But anyway, we are going to continue on, drawing in Burkina Faso, which is meant to be more long than it is tall, but that's fine, I guess. Then we have no. Then we have Ivory Coast, Ghana, which is like this size. Togo, which is basically just like a straight line. And then we have Benin, I think that's how you pronounce it, over here. Now, something that's mildly inconvenient for me is that there are a lot of straight line borders in Africa, and I am not too in the mood to draw some straight lines, but I guess I have to do this anyway, so that's a shame for me. Here we have Senegal, and let's start drawing in Sudan. So they're over here kind of, and wait, they have that kind of sticky out thingy with South Sudan. So South Sudan would entail kind of like this area, I guess. Then we have Eritrea, which is kind of like the North Korea of Africa. There we have Djibouti. And now we are going to draw in Somalia, which actually doesn't look half bad, so that's good for me. I'm pretty sure South Sudan is actually bigger than that, so I am just going to make it bigger and just kind of pretend this line never existed, like so. And now we are going to be drawing in Ethiopia. It is pretty large, and fun fact, back in 2025 it surpassed Mexico as the 10th most populous nation in the world. So yeah. Then skipping on over to here, we have Equatorial Guinea, which is meant to be more south, but I'm not bothered to change it. Then we have Gabon, and then we have the Republic of Congo, not to be confused with the Democratic Republic of Congo, Cabinda, and then, now wait, I feel like this is really, I feel like I'm making Angola much bigger than it actually is, but that's not too big of a deal. So there we have our new Angola. Now I have to draw in the Central African Republic, which is going to be this. I know it looks bad, so yeah. Then we have Uganda, which is over here. It kind of is from this area to here. Then we have Burundi and Rwanda, which was allegedly invading the DRC a while ago. Then we have Kenya, which kind of has like a straight line border here. Tanzania beside Lake Tanganyika. And yeah. So there we have our new Tanzania, which looks horrifying, but that's fine. Then let's see. The DRC goes down over to here, so, and they have that like horrifying thing with Zambia. Zambia has this piece of land. Malawi has like this area of land as well. And now we can draw in one of the a bigger country, the other Portuguese colony of Africa, with that being Mozambique. And I'm not sure, but I think Mozambique might be the only country in the world to have some guns on its flag. So that's a fun what? Okay. So that's a fun upside to Mozambique. Then we have Botswana, which kind of has like their exclave thingy that nobody likes. No, wait, that's Namibia, damn it. Then we have Zimbabwe, which does not look like this at all, but I kind of actually we should be able to sink in some more land into the ocean, shouldn't we? Actually, maybe no, yeah, okay, we're going to sink it into the ocean. That's not my intention. So before I sink it into the ocean, I need to make sure that these borders are fully connected. So there we go. And now we can make a new lake in Africa. And let's call this... what shall we call it? You can name these two lakes down in the comments below. I would call this Lake Chad, but Lake Chad is over here, not here. And now let's go on to Botswana. This is the actual Botswana this time. And then we have Eswatini over here and Lesotho over here. So that is kind of it of our map of Africa. As always, I will be uploading this map into the community post section so that you guys can kind of like look at it and laugh at it and do whatever you want. But this is going to be the end of this video. I thought this was going to be longer, but I guess since I put so little effort in this, I guess that makes sense why it's only 14 minutes-ish, 15, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and now that you've seen this video, you should totally subscribe.